Alright.
So let's go ahead and let's get making it.
Let's do it.
That sounded sexual. Let's get making it.
And then we'll show them the coffin.
Shock Munch! This week, we show you how to make
a really cool Coffin Buffet Table.
Hey everybody.
Hey.
I'm Christina.
I'm Kieran.
And you're watching Shock Munch. God, I missed that. Welcome back. We have taken a little bit of a hiatus, and maybe we should tell people about it.
Yeah. Well, we took a little hiatus.
That sums that up. You guys, I am so excited. Halloween is upon us, and it is by far my favorite time of year. So today, we want to share something with you to make your Halloween party a little extra special. Now,
have you ever gone to a Halloween party and they're serving food
Yeah.
on a regular table?
Yeah, I mean, lame.
Yeah.
I mean, who wants to eat food off a regular table during Halloween? I know I sure as hell don't. But now, when you come to my party, you get to go, holy cow, there's a Coffin Buffet Table with food on it.
Yeah.
Look at this freaking Coffin Buffet Table. This project is a lot of fun. It is relatively cheap because we got the majority of the materials at a reclaim center, and it's easy to make. Now, you definitely want to be comfortable around power tools, but if you don't have power tools handy, you probably can ask your local hardware store to help make those cuts for you.
And since it's supposed to look like a rickety old coffin,
Who cares?
it's
Fuck it up.
Yeah.
And it makes such an amazing statement at your Halloween party. All right, you guys, so now we're gonna go ahead and show you how to make it, so let's get making it.
Let's get making it.
This is the wall where we're gonna have the coffin. We know we want the skeleton to lay at the tip. And now we have to figure out the dimensions. All right, so what we're doing right now is we're using tape to get a visual of what we want the coffin to look like. And then after we get the initial measurements of how long each board is gonna be and how many boards we're gonna need, the next thing we gotta figure out is how deep. Okay, we went to the rebuilding center and we got all this wood for the coffin, and this cost us $11.50.
Yeah, $10 for the wood, and we got these hinges here for another $1.50.
Okay, so now we have all of our wood. First thing that we're doing is we're laying it out so we can see what's going to be the top and what's going to be the base. I think this nicer stuff is going to be the base, and then the more gnarly stuff to give our coffin a bit more character is going to be this stuff. The only thing we have to do now is attach some wood together with some nails and shit.
Yeah.
And voila, we're done. Now that we have our lid and our base established, we're going to go ahead and taper some of the edges to give it the coffin look. And honestly, I feel like imperfections in this is just gonna make it look older.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. And this is why we do the base first, so we can figure out this method of cutting is a bad idea.
That's brilliant. Oops, I don't think you can swear on YouTube anymore. Right, now we have the beginning of our coffin shape. This stuff is super, super thin. And it's wedged, which is a little bit of a headache. But the reason why we're using this wood is so we can build this thing as big as we can, but keep it as light as we can, because he's the one that's gonna have to carry it. All right, time to cut this on, bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have the basic shape for the coffin done on both the lid and the base. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and just cut out these pieces of wood so it has additional support and for decoration, really.
Just marking off where it is here. Here. Alright, so this is kind of the layout we're looking at. Since these boards are kind of wedged, I want this side to be all flat. In order to do that, I'm going to flip everything upside down onto these 2x3s. And I'm going to glue it all together and then nail it from there. Since these are wedged, but I want them to be flat, I'm going to use these extra pieces here to just righten them. And upside down on top of that, now that's flat like that. Next step, we just position everything.
Oh, that's gonna look cool. What's next?
These boards, one at a time, I'm going to lift it out, put some wood glue down on all three on the bottom.
So we have the lid pretty much assembled right now. We're gonna do the same thing and put support wood like we have it here. However, since this is the bottom and we want this to be more stable, what Kieran is going to do is take these chunky 2x3s, gonna rip them in half, and then attach these all along the base and make this as sturdy as we can. So when people go to get food, the whole thing doesn't just fucking collapse.
I think that's it.
Holy crap, we got our base built! Ah, my God, I cannot wait to see this. Okay, we're at the stage where now the sides of the coffin are going on. Here's what we did to make this happen. We had a decent amount of hardwood floor wood left over when we had our floors done. And even though it's not probably what people would usually use in a project like this, when you have wood on hand, you can be creative and find different ways to use it. So every single support piece of wood is going to be drilled in from the bottom and screwed in from the bottom. And then I'm going around with these clamps and I'm hitting this with a few more nails. And our sides are almost done. Now we have all the sides on the coffin. Now what we need to do is secure the top so some plywood can lay on top, and we'll have a serving surface as our buffet. So what Kieran has done is he's actually cut some cheater blocks, and the cheater blocks allow him to put this at the exact height that he needs it at. Now he's gonna go ahead and screw these into the wood.
Let's see, is this better this way? Yeah.
Our buffet table supports are in. Now we have to cut the wood so we have our surface area.
All right, in order to get the proper spacing here, as I put these in, I needed the extra width of this. So I prop that up and just use a pen along the side, and then we get drop in perfect fit here. Right there.
So this morning I'm gonna spend some time staining and painting the top of the coffin. I'm gonna do this with the dark walnut stain, and these boards, I'm gonna paint them black. Okay, here is the lid. This is finished, stained, and painted. I have it on the ground, drying in the sun, because if it gets faded and if it gets dirty by all this dust, I think it's gonna look cool. So I'm a bit of a tard. I thought I was filming me spray painting this, but I was not. So I don't know if you can tell, but this spray paint is textured. It's got some white and black flakes in it. I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit, and I'm gonna work on painting the entire inside of this area black. Here's the next layer of paint that I put on. It's gray. I'm gonna go over this with black, but what I did was just, I poured a big pool of paint and just dipped in my sponge and just went around like this. I feel like this might give the top of the buffet a really cool texture, but it definitely looks, I don't know, maybe like a little bit antiqued or weathered, and that's definitely what I'm going for since this is a Halloween decoration. All right, so I think that is a pretty good coat. I'm gonna do the same technique in black, and now I'm gonna stain the sides of the coffin the dark walnut. Okay, here is the finished coffee buffet table and all dressed up for the party. To finish off the coffin, I got some of this black velvet type fabric and I just pinned it up so you can no longer see through here. And we put the skeleton in here like we wanted. We had some fun and decided to add a bottle opener so our guests will be able to crack their beers open. There's 3 hinges that we attached to the coffin. You can kind of see it in the back here. So Kieran secured it with screws on this side, he secured it with screws on this side, and all of the screws went into the support beams since these are nice and thick. And there's one there, there's one here, and there's one at the front. But yeah, so that's how we attached the lid to the base. I didn't finish filming me painting the top of the buffet table. I blotched the entire surface with black paint, and I did it a couple of times. So now it has, you can kind of see it has a little bit of texture in it, but it's mostly black, which is what I wanted, but it just looks like it's old. It looks like there's a lot of wear and tear, and it just has a nice, cool effect. And now we have this amazing looking coffin, which is gonna act as a buffet table to serve food for my guests. I cannot wait for people to see this. So that is a wrap on this week's video. We really hope you enjoyed watching us build this kick-ass coffin buffet table.
Yeah, so if you like this stuff, there's still a subscribe button somewhere on there. Hit the subscribe, hit the thumbs up.
We want to thank you so much. Sorry that hurt.
A little bit.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks for, did we say thanks for watching?
No.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Yeah, and if you have anything to say, tell us what you like, tell us what you don't like, leave us a comment, let us know what's up.
Let us know below.
All right, you guys, well, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week.
Shock Munch! Shock Munch!